Seriously? Did you change my password or something? Okay, so guys, once you're logged in, server 1 and server 2, so after 2 weeks, I hope they are pinging each other and, whoa, okay. So, and guys, this is very strange that some students have been asking, is server 1 important? If, no, I'm not, before you as well, some people ask. I'm not talking to him, right? Okay.
I didn't ask.
I totally pointed him. Anonymous.
Third server run with all both.
So, can anyone tell me what's the importance of significance of server 1 for server 2?
Everything it does.
So exactly, I'm just gonna point out some things here because two other students also told me, oh, we have to start server 1. So that's like, oh, we need oxygen. So it's like that question, right? So server 1 is giving you, giving the whole network very, very critical services. Without that, all the critical services will cease to exist, will not work. So first critical service is Active Directory that the server 1 is providing, and that is providing AAA, right? AAA is?
American Automotive System.
So it is, yes, authentication, authorization, accounting or auditing, right? So authentication is the first thing. Authentication is what Exchange without Active Directory will simply crash, will not work at all. If Exchange server is totally integrated with Active Directory, right? So if something happens to Active Directory, your Exchange server will be also affected with that, right? So second thing is DNS. Without name resolution, it can also not work. DHCP is for the client machines, but the DNS and Active Directory, these two are the most critical thing for Exchange server to exist, the email server to even exist, right? So if you shut down server 1, your server 2 will not function when we are configuring anything, and we're about to configure that, right? So let's go ahead and try to go with our rest of the topics there. Also, I hope you brought your credit cards.
What if you don't have a credit card?
Now I got your attention. Okay, now I just wanted to say something that catches your attention. That's all. So, but yeah, we're going to be opening Office 365 free account, and Exchange Online is there. It is free, definitely, and you can create as many and without credit card. But the bad news comes in next semester when I've been given some more. I've been fighting for the cloud courses. Now I've been given some more freedom to add more cloud stuff into the next semester. So for that, I will ask you before that: do you have credit cards with your name? That's all. They're not going to charge you even a penny, but they need to know that you say you are who you say you are, right? So. Yeah, so if you don't have a credit card, just apply for that, just to get that. A membership to AWS and Azure. Otherwise, I'm not sure about otherwise. So, okay, guys, let's get back to this. We were trying to open the control. I'm just going to go for control panel here, and once we're logged into control panel, everyone's logged into control panel first of all. Yes. Oh, okay. So, what is the username we were using? NetAdmin or your first name admin? Exactly. So then, and what was the domain we were using? Your first name domain or EXCH domain?
Yeah.
EXCH domain / your first name admin and the passwords. So let's try to log in, and when you do that, you can see that I'm getting that password expired here. So the current password, I'm just going to put that small ABC, capital ABC, shift 123, which I did put, and it's still breaching. Oh, or okay. So and then if anyone seeing this when you're logging in, your password did not your password expired. Only one student, right? So if in future, because how 42 days, Active Directory has the default expiration for user accounts and that is 42 days. If 42 days have passed, if I got it and you create the machines pretty much, in those same times, so maybe tomorrow, maybe next class, before next class, or next class, you might see this that expression. So just change the password in that case. I'm just going to be going for small xyz, capital XYZ, shift 1 2 3. Again, small xyz, capital XYZ, shift 1 2 3, and looks like this. Why am I showing that? Obviously, you heard that, right? So, okay, so this is the password I'm changing to. Otherwise, you can just come up with any other password. Just don't forget that. So, I'm just changing that password now. But once, maybe before next class, you might pretty much all might see that. So, in that case, just change the password. So, I'm just going to submit that for Exchange now when I'm logging in. So, the password has changed, and click OK to sign in.
Is there a way to disable that just for test purposes?
Yeah. If you want to disable that, it should not expire. The expiration of the user counts in 42 days. If you want to change it or make it 0, yeah, from group policies we can do that.
It's in the group policy or in the active?
Group policy. Okay, so here, and we all have gone through group policies, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, Google it. And so I'm just going to go for the new password here. And what happens when the password changes for applications, enterprise applications? Sometimes the applications stop working because you may have put the username in different services as well, right? So if the password does, expire there, so I'm just going to go and show you something else as well, and that is services.msc. So let's click everyone services.msc on your server 2, which is this. Everyone going to run and type services.msc, because if the password expiration happens and if the application still, after successfully changing the password and the application is still not working, so you need to check this area as well, services.msc. If you just type that services.msc and press OK, go ahead and press OK here now. And whenever it opens, so services.msc, we've opened that previously as well. The only thing I just want to show you is, so I've just opened that services console, and if you go down here, there are some Microsoft Exchange related services. I'm going to go randomly to any one of the services there, just to show you that if the application after change of password does not work, so you can go to services here, and then if you double click any of the service, I'm just going for anything Microsoft Exchange. If you search for Microsoft Exchange and you double click any of the random, so you can go to log on here. Now in the log on, it is logging in as a default account that was created when the Exchange was installed, but sometimes you put your own account there. In SQL we have done that so much, right? So there's a no here, yeah.
Ours is our first option. Lock the local system account. We don't have like you.
Oh.
So mine's the second one. Maybe it depends on which one you open.
Depends on which service. So we can all just check that Exchange Transport Service. Just go ahead with Exchange Transport Service, everyone. That's, okay, so double click that. I just went for random. But the point here is, so in SQL Server, we have given our network account, our domain account. So suppose you change the password for the domain account here, it's not going to automatically change wherever else you've given that user account to actually let the services log in. Now, this could be a very interesting quiz question. Anyway, so since I'm showing that in the lab, so in our case, we did not put domain admin account here, but in SQL we did put that. So suppose the password expires in SQL, and still after successful change of the password, the application doesn't work. So in that case, you have to go for the services that were supposed to be automatic here, and on the left side, they're supposed to be running. Many of the services that might start with the name Exchange, or in SQL, in the case of SQL Server showing there, they're supposed to be automatic, and there should be a running sign here. If the running is not there, you try to start, after password change you come here, and you try to start, and it's still not coming into running. This means that the password change was the one that stopped some of the services of the enterprise application. In our case, it's working fine, it's okay, but in case the password changes, we do face that in production environment, that some portion of the applications, some components of the application stop working, and then we have to come here, it is automatic, this means it's supposed to be running. if it is this automatic here, it is supposed to be running. If it's not running, then there is a problem, and you have to resolve that problem, right? And most probably in log on, maybe you've given the domain admin account and just put the new password here. Right now, do not put any password or change password in this. So since we are here, so we can start our class with the first screenshot. Yes. Okay, take a screenshot of the Microsoft Exchange transport properties showing there, the logon showing there, and network service account exactly like this. Take a screenshot of that. Take a screenshot of that. So, screenshot taken. So guys, according to the course rules, 9 out of 12 best labs will be marked, right? 9 out of 12 best labs will be marked. So if in one lab the whole machine crashed, I'm not going to even count it. Okay, there are two questions at the same time.
You can go for it.
Yeah.
It's the same question.
So if we
Okay,
already
you
completed
can-
9 labs.
You can say the same way.
We've already completed 9 labs.
We don't need to come for the last 3, right?
But
Nine-
I'm going to take the best ones.
9 best.
What courses?
But if you got 9 already, yes, I was told to do that. Otherwise, I was much more brutal than that. This is like, you know, please take marks from me. It's like marks in the plates.
Have you given us full marks for those?
If you already got 9 lab full marks, then if you don't get any marks for the next labs, where you actually will work hard now, and that would be for your job, that you need to really work hard for that. So yeah, that's all marks you get for the labs. Now the project is where I'm gonna be. Oh, what project? Okay, so this, okay, so
I know, right?
yeah, so within this week you'll get that, and
That last week.
good luck. So, and I hope your machines really work, because you have to take out some time for those. Alright guys, so if we took our, yes sir,
Excuse me, but we couldn't find this service on our services here.
so server 2, first of all, are you on server 2?
Our server 2.
And Exchange server is installed there, right?
Yes.
So then if you go to services, so do you see in the name column, do you see when you go down there to M, and do you see any of the Microsoft?
No, just a few Microsoft.
No, any of the Microsoft Exchange, sorry. Microsoft and Exchange. No Exchange? Then you're not on server 2. Then it's not server 2. It's not, is it server 2? It is server 1 then. Okay, no problem. So, okay guys, let's go ahead. And the first thing is this. Now, have we opened our Exchange control panel? Yes. Okay, thank you. Oh, okay. So I'm just going to go for ECP now. And once we're inside ECP,
You put ACPL.
just ECP. No, I was just trying to say that, hey, if you put L, this will happen. Good explanation. See? That was just educating everyone.
For the video, right?
So, okay, let's go ahead. And organization, so I'm just going to go ahead with, we talked about organization, we talked about protection. So if you go to organization here, this was sharing, and then there was apps, and there's address list here. We did talk about it, right? Just say yes. Okay, so let's go ahead. Oh, yeah, we actually did. So then we go for protection here, and that is malware filter. And there we created our policy for your first name anti-malware policy. Then we go for mail flow, very important. In fact, one of the some of the rules we've created there are, yes, your first name approval rule was there, right? But we haven't gone through many of the other rules. So if you're on the mail flow here and the rules, so first of all, those rules are applied when the email is in transit. So mail flow rules apply on emails that are in transit. So if we go for OneNote, so remember that point there. Really? Oh, my password expired here as well. Seriously? Oh. Okay. So, yeah. I'm just gonna put it on Notepad. Today's not my day, I guess. So here, so first thing is mail flow rules are applied, not upload. Okay, applied to emails in transit. So remember that when the emails are actually there's if they are ingress or egress. Right? So ingress is an egress. You know that Cisco. Okay. So yeah. So it will be inbound and outbound exactly. So you would just mention that inbound and outbound. Okay. So all the emails that are coming in and out, you can just put a rule on that with the help of mail flow. Let's go ahead and put some more rules and test them. And so for that, let's go to server 2 here. And on the Exchange server, you are already on mail flow and rules. Then let's go for the plus sign here. And let's click that plus sign. And there's a create new rule here. And then there's apply rights protection to messages, apply disclaimers, bypass spam filtering, filter messages by size, generate an incident report when sensitive information is detected. So there are so many. Let's go for create a new rule first. Once you click that, create a new rule. Let's just create one. Now, last time we tested the, what was we tested last time? Last time we tested if you can send the email of an employee to another employee who's the manager, and automatically the approval email will go to that manager, and the manager has to approve that email, and then it will go to the actual destination. So any employee's email can be set to approval, but this we need to check some of the features as well. So for that, we're gonna put the name there first of all, and that is your first name, and then there is today's date is 05, right? Nov 2019 dash. So let's just keep it that because we need to still check for the rule, which rule we can just put there. So I'm just gonna click that. The sender is, the recipient is, the sender is located, the recipient is located. So let's go for the sender is. Once you click the sender is, this one, the sender is in the apply this rule if. And we can go for our favorite Ellen Reed. Yeah. Or if you don't have those 300 users, so any of the 5 or 10 users that I asked you to create, it's only for those 2 students who don't have that 300 users. So otherwise, Ellen Reed here, and I'm just going to press OK. We're selecting any random user right now, but we need to still go for which rule to apply on this particular user. So if I go press OK here, so Ellen Reed, and then do the following. Now these are the set of things that you can do here. So now if we drop down here, forward the message for approval to, that's what we did the first lab or the lab in the last class, but redirect the message to. So what was the purpose of this? Forward the message for approval to. What does that do in one-liner?
Send the message to someone to approve.
And without the knowledge of the person who is sending the message.
Oh, sending?
Yeah, but the recipient basically does get that. So the message approval does reach to the manager, whoever is the manager. Now does it redirect the message to? Now now redirect. Suppose you're sending an email and this rule applies to the Alan Reed. Now what does that really mean? Redirect the message. So this means that Alan Reed has sent email to Alana Shaw, but you say that redirect the Alan Reed's email to a group or maybe your manager, and all emails are being redirected, so ultimately Alan Reed would know, hey, what's going on? Recipients are saying they did not receive that. So why would you want to redirect somebody's message? Any criteria that you come up with that you can think of?
If he's not working.
So exactly, so maybe on vacation, or I was gonna say expired, no, fired. Actually that too.
Expired, yeah.
Yeah.
Be sending emails.
Yes, not be sent. So in case the account is still there, but the employee is not there, and maybe you're trying to arrange that. Till then, whatever emails are coming has to be directed to someone else who's actually taking care of the task. Yeah, exactly. So let's go for the redirect the message to. Let's click that redirect the message to. I'm just gonna click that. So it's going to be the admin because we're already logged in from the admin account. So let's go for admin here and click that search sign here on the top, search, and then your admin account that is, I guess, already open.
Yeah, on server 1.
On server 1 or server 2? 2. Okay, so I've just selected that an email from Alan Reed going wherever should be redirected to. So Alan Reed is on vacation maybe, or Alan Reed, normally there's a forwarder, also an option there, that you can do email forwarding, right? So any email coming to this account should also be forwarded to another account. So now I'm just putting it on the admin account that just redirected to admin, whatever email is coming to this guy, or this from this account if he is sending email. So the sender is Alan Reed. Redirect the message to if any email is going from this guy. So going, we're talking about receiving emails, right? So anyway, properties of this rule, audit this rule with severity level not specified, or you can go for high here. This means that auditing or log files for the activity of this account will be created, which means that activity with timestamp will be recorded. So enforce and the activity is high here. So if that has been all selected, let's take a screenshot number 2. Okay, 1, yeah.
Do we need the dash at the end if we're not putting anything else in the name?
Alright guys, so if you have already taken a screenshot, that's too late, because we can just actually put their redirect message. And now take a screenshot number 2. Thank you for that.
3, right?
No, 2. So it's still screenshot number 2, and by the end of the class we are always fighting with each other. No, it's 3 or 4, no, it's 7 or 8. So guys, the screenshot that you took without that redirect message written there, discard that screenshot, delete that, do not count it. So if you've put in that, did I actually say that? So put in a redirect message, then now take a screenshot number 2 if that is taken. So what we're doing is we're just going to try to check if we log in from Alan Reed and try to send an email. One more thing here, Alan Reed is sending, or someone in Alan Reed's account, suppose Alan Reed is on vacation and somebody else is sending an email through Alan Reed's account, or Alan Reed has just he moved on to another company. So somebody's sending. When you put a redirect message to a sender, the sender is that is a proper way to use this rule, or when there's a recipient there and then you use this rule? So if Alan Reed sends, the email is redirected.
If he receives.
So it will be not the proper way to use this rule is not to when he's sending, because if he's sending and he knows that, oh, my previous email was gone to my manager, so why should I send the next one?
You won't have access in the first place.
Suppose some employee took over and his or her account is still being created, and or in vacation somebody took over. So it will be, what will be the proper use of that? Recipient, right? When somebody is sending and the email is redirected, so first time, second time, third time, 4 emails redirected, okay, when I'm sending, it's not reaching destination, so why should I send then, right? So the rule properly applies where if the receiver, so suppose now if I put the recipient is, suppose I put the recipient, what will be the significance of that? If, and I choose Alan Reed, suppose I do that, I'm not doing it right now, so then when Alan Reed receives an email, so that will be, the recipient is this, then redirect the email to someone else,
So
right?
you won't actually receive it then. You won't actually receive it.
Yeah, but someone else, so it was meant for Alan Reed, but he's not there, and company knows he's gone, so it will be sent to. So that would be one thing, that when the employees moved on or fired or things happened, so whatever's being sent to his account will be actually redirected to someone else who will take care of all the things that he was taking care of, right? So if you have taken the screenshot, that is okay with the sender. Let's just change it to recipient. Go ahead and change the recipient because we're going to check it now. So the recipient is, let's go for recipient is instead of sender is. Let's go for recipient because we discussed it. Now you know that, okay, it's going to redirect the message. So sender is, you use it that way. Recipient is, you use it that way. So recipient is, and then just select Alan Reed as a recipient, not a sender. So I'm just going to still select Alan Reed, but I'm selecting Alan Reed as recipient. No, we're not doing a screenshot. Okay. So
We're just editing.
we're just discussing it, and that's it. So if you understand what is that, that's good enough. But okay. So the recipient is Alan Reed. Has everyone done that? Yes. Okay. The recipient is not sender. Recipient. Change it to recipient. I hope everyone has done that, right? So let's just press save here now. Instead of sender, we're putting it recipient, right? Once you click save here, yeah, recipient. Suppose you kept it sender. We're just checking if the rule really works. Does the redirection actually happens or not? So, but the proper scenario where it will be better used is when it's a recipient instead of a sender. That's what I'm trying to show you. Okay, so now how do you really test that?
Send an email.
Yeah, send an email from who?
Any. Alana to Alan Reed.
So we have to log in from Alana Shah's email, send it to Alan Reed, but it should actually go to
Your admin.
administrator. Let's do that, guys. So on server 1, because on server 2, the domain admin is already logged in, so I'm just going to go to server 1 here, and there's somebody already logged in here, so, or not, okay, it's been that long. So I'm just going to go for exeh admin, exeh domain actually, sorry, and backslash your first name at Alana Shah, ALANNAH dot Shah. I'll just make it bigger now. Okay.
Password 1.
EXCH domain backslash Alana dot Shah. Why we're logging in from this account? Because from any one account we need to send an email to Alan Reed to check this rule, right? If it gets redirected to the domain admin account. So log in from any random mailbox. We're just logging in from Alana Shah, and the password is capital P ASSWORD 1 or Z's is the password.
You have to change it.
Oh, everything is expiring. Okay. Password 2. Oh, that's a good one.
That's what password 0.
So guys, we can go password 0, password 2, but if it's asking for change of password, so let's do that. We have no choice actually. Really. So I'm just first signing in, and if it says change, well, it's not if. So and then password 1, the old password you need to put, and then go for new password, password 2. So I'm just putting this password 2, right, and just log in, or whatever password you changed it to. Just remember that. Do not forget it. So I'm just putting instead of password 1, password 2 as a new password. So capital P ASSWORD 2. Password 2. And if you have put in that password 2, submit. And just log in and email to Alan Reed. Password has changed. Yes, sir.
I can send any email.
What was
Like-
the password?
And the
Two.
message.
Capital PASSWRD2.
Or
yeah.
should I say
That
put
can
this
redirect.
redirect?
Yeah. So password 2. Signing in. We changed it to capital PASSWRD2. And now I'm just gonna go for, since you, yeah, default was password 1 and we're changing it to password 2. Let's click the new mail here. New mail. And simply email Alan Reed. Oh, it's not able to search that. Okay, Alan Reed, and testing redirect message is the subject, and also Control A, Control C, and it's the body of the email. Just put testing redirect message. So Alanisha is sending email to Alan Reed. Alan Reed is the recipient of that rule that any email sent to this recipient should be directed to the domain admin. So go ahead, if you've put in that information, click send. Does it reach domain admin? All right.
We tried similar last time.
Approval. Yeah. So send that. Done? Huh? One screenshot per rule is okay. That is good. Oh,
Some like those tutorials on
okay. Is it in your domain admin? Yes, it is, and it has been redirected.
One, yeah, two.
Hmm?
Oh, yeah.
No, actually, that is.
I have two. I have two.
So there are two messages here. So one is just a report, and the other is actually the actual message. One is the report. So we have enabled so many services in the background. So is it done for everyone? Yes. Okay. Thank you for the reply.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Direct message.
We're done, right? Everyone good with that? I hope it worked for everyone. So let's go to server 2 here, where we are, and go to the rules here again. And in the mail flow, we understand that it is the email that is traveling or in transit. The rule is applying to those emails. Let's go for create a new rule again. Let's go for ECP on server 2, mail flow, rules, and then create a new rule again now. Once you click create a new rule, oh. Okay, that was a stretch, right? That was not a question. Okay, cool. I hope there's no H there, right? Suppose you're doing Hing and then again, so that will really distract me in that case. Okay, so in one class here, a few courses ago, there was a H to one student. He was just doing that after 2-3 minutes, and he was like, this. I was like, whoa, okay. I was resisting not to see there, but you know. Then one day he had an actual question as well. Okay, so guys, let's go for another rule. We get that. Yes, the rules are really applying. Okay, we get it. How to really configure those. There's a redirect the message to them. There's a reject the message with the explanation, and reject the message with explanation. Reject the message for what?
If someone from outside sends you something.
So the message is rejected, that the recipient will not receive it, or the message is not sent, rejected with an explanation. Hey, you are under investigation, you cannot send anything, something like that. You can reject the message as well. Delete the message without notifying anyone. That's a big ouch. So delete the message without notifying. So Alanisha sends a message to Alan Reed, and suppose this rule is applied on Alan Reed. So the message will be deleted before Alan Reed could actually receive it if Alan Reed is the recipient.
Why you will apply this?
So delete the message without notifying anyone would be, that's the extreme case basically, that no message should reach that email. And again, if that guy has moved on and that mailbox still is receiving emails, and you know that those we don't need because that whole division is gone. Suppose that designation is gone, so anything related to that you don't need actually. So, or maybe there's too much spam coming as well. Anything. BCC the message to. This would be interesting that you can just put that BCC to anyone's email and silently now you're collecting that person's email, right? So domain admins can do so much. Spying. Okay, no, we should not say spying. It's companies on data. It's monitoring, exactly. Just give it good words, yeah? Okay. So let's go for the BCC the message to. BCC the message to. Let's click that. BCC the message to, second last. And again, it's the poor guy, Alan, read again. So BCC the message to, it's not the poor guy actually. So what is BCC doing? What is BCC doing? It's silently sending somebody's email to you as an administrator. So obviously it's not Alan Reed that we're going to be adding here. It's the person who is monitoring, right? So it will be the domain admin. So just put the name, do the following, but to who, we haven't selected that. That was the first, actually the second option, we haven't selected that, who's the actual victim, right? So, but basically the message to who, so silently the message will be going to, obviously, the domain admin. So your first name admin, let's just type that, enter, search, and select that. So whatever message is being sent from, that we need to select, who's the victim, but we're already going for the rule that let's just send BCC to admin. For who? Let's just select that after this. So if you selected the admin here, press OK. And then, so somebody sending, now we already are logged in from Alana Shah's mailbox, right? So let's go for the sender is Alana Shah, right? Let's go for the sender is Alana Shah. So whenever she sends an email, the message will be quietly emailed to the admin as well, without her knowledge.
You can select more than one person, right?
Oh yeah, we can send it to a group. That would be hundreds. So let's double click the Alana Shah mailbox here, and any email sent by her to anyone will be BCC'd to admin as well. Ouch. That's how they got me there. Oh, okay, I'm just thinking loud. Okay, so press OK here.
How is it different from journaling?
So this is just one user. It's per mailbox. Journaling is thousands of users, thousands of mailbox in one go. You select that, keep a copy of, make a copy of every user in the organization who is sending email outside or who's receiving email from outside. So journaling is on very large scale, and this is 1-2 users or groups as well. But it is BCC and it goes to specific users there. Journaling goes to a mailbox that is outside of organization. Journaling has to be on large scale. Alright guys, so but pretty much the concept is same. Basic concept is same. You're copying an email, somebody's email. So
the severity level, what does it do?
sorry? Severity level. Severity level is that it will, when you go for auditing, should it report that it's a medium level event, it's not that big a threat, or its importance in the log file is high. So it will show in the log files as well, this is high important, highly important log or information that should be seen or checked. So guys, if we go ahead, so receive from Alana Shah, so apply this rule if the sender is Alana Shah, and do you see that rule automatically being put there or named there? Was it named automatically like this?
Yes.
Okay. Receive from Alana Shah. So while we just put their sender, actually I just want your name there. So your first name, let's just go change the name here. Your first name dash BCC the message to. So your first name and the rule is BCC the message to. That's it. And you are putting the sender there, Alana Shah, and then BCC would be your domain admin, and enforce it. Yes, we're enforcing it. We're not testing it. And it is, well, you don't really have to, put high priority there, but it's just collecting that as high priority log, or this information is important. You can just make it as not that important information as well. It's up to you. So once you are done with that, you can see the more options here as well. Let's click the more options here, and once we click the more option, then again it says add action, add exception as well. Suppose you added multiple users there, and then, or maybe a group, but in that group you have 2 or 3 users that you don't actually want their messages to be BCC'd, so you can add an exception. Suppose you added a security group of, or actual distribution group there. So 2 or 3 users you don't want, you can put them in exception as well. And if you go further down here, so activate this rule. You don't want to activate it now, but maybe after first day of the next month, you want to activate that for 1 year. And stop processing more rules. So you want to stop anytime, you can come here. Defer the message if rule processing doesn't complete. So let the message go, or defer the message would be then let the message step aside would be the defer, but normally just let it go if the rule did not process. Maybe there's corruption in the rule. And match sender address in message, and that is what is the address that is from the sender side. It's going to detect that. So if you have put in that information, so that would be your screenshot number 3. So screenshot number 3. Let's take that. So sender is Elena Shaw, rule is BCC, and BCC recipient is your first name admin. If the screenshot number 3 has been taken, then click save. Alright, so if that is done, let's go ahead and click save.
And we're gonna test it, right?
And we obviously test it. And so guys, here let's go ahead with server 1, where Elena Shaw's mailbox is open, and send an email to Alan Reed again with the subject, and the body of the mailbox is testing the BCC rule. BCC the message too. So I'm just going to go to server 1 here, and I'll click new mail here to start an email, and again choose Alan Reed, enter. Subject would be testing dash BCC the message to dash rule, and control A, control C, and go to the email body and control V. Alright, if you have put in that information for the new email from Elena Shaw's email, then click send. Okay, and does it work? Yay. Okay, so we go for server 2 here, and we go for well, so I'm in the domain admin mailbox. Guys, did it work? Oh,
Just yours.
just mine didn't work, right? Others are okay, right? Oh, it's still... Oh, there you go. Alright. So, well, was it really... Did it really reach Alan Reed as well? It should, right? It was not a redirect. It was BCC. So, they are doing normal email correspondence, and you're reading that. Actually, it's not they... I mean, like, you have to put separately on the Alan Reed if you want to catch the reply as well, right? Otherwise, it's just Elena Shaw's all email that were sent. That's all, right?
Did Alan Reed receive this message?
Alan Reed is supposed to receive that message, yeah.
For the previous rule, we...
No. Previous, no. This one, yes.
Yes, but I think because of the previous rule, he didn't receive anything. He received 2 messages.
Very, very good. Very, very good.
You received here 2 messages.
So,
One because of the second rule, and one for the first rule.
exactly. So we tested it on the same guy, right? Alan Reed, where already the poor guy is a victim. So, well, we can just safely say that it worked, but why don't we just send it to someone else now, right? So then it will be proven. So very good point there. So guys, just go back here to server 1 and send it to some other user, Eldith Walker. So I'm just going to go to Alana Shaw again on server 1, go to new mail here, where so it is in conflict, or it's going to be confusing that, hey, did the first rule work again? Yep.
So if the first rule worked, why did we not get a second version of this email? One for the redirect and one for the BCC.
So, well, redirect would work then. This means that we have to check with the third user, did the BCC work or not. So that would really differentiate that and clarify that. So I'm just going to go to Alan Reed, not seriously Alan Reed. So Eldith Walker, we haven't sent email to Eldith. If you just put that email again, and there is Eldith Walker there, and just put that control V, testing BCC the message to dash rule, and so we're just sending the message again just to another user, so there should not be a confusion or conflict there. So if you have put into Eldith Walker that email should still be BCC'd to the admin, right? And there is no redirect rule for her, Eldith Walker. So let's click send if you have already written that. And did it reach? And was I recording? Oh yeah. Did the email to Eldith Walker got BCC'd or not?
Yeah.
Yes? Because yeah, there are multiple messages. I'm seeing two messages here now. One is the report, and other is that for the old one, I guess. Oh, this is to Eldith Walker. I got it. Okay, so guys, it is there. Oh, that was the previous rule for Alan Reed. This is for Eldith Walker. So it works for everyone. How about if I say there's a screenshot? Then you have to make it work, right? I hope it works for everyone. It's an easy one, right? Okay, so still we have just 3 screenshots, right? And let's go for next rule here. And in fact, we get the idea about rules here. That rule will work. Yeah, we get that. So if you're on server 2 now, let's click that create a new rule. Server 2. And let's click that create a new rule. And again, there's that do the following. That's the area where you do whatever you want to do. So this is pretty much we've gone through and get the idea about that, how to implement rules on others if they are sender, receiver, recipients, or senders are located wherever the sender is located, either in the domain or in the groups, distribution groups. Recipient is a member of, subject or body includes, sender address includes. So this some of them are very tricky, because if you go for the subject or body includes, so suppose you want to put one keyword there, will it catch that keyword, right? So if that keyword is there, subject is, suppose there's a party. So if the party subject is party, and you put that keyword, if the word party is used, then do what you want it to do, BCC that message, right? So this is one thing that is kind of if it catches that too, that's really wow. So let's just go for one final rule here. Again, that is we're gonna go for this time apply this rule if, and do you see this, the subject or body includes. So apply this rule if the subject or, so select that subject or body includes. Once you click the subject or body includes, now let's just go for party. Okay, so party.
Is it case sensitive?
It will be.
So you have to put party with a capital P, party with a
Yeah.
lower.
So wherever you put it, exactly put it there as well. So we could help it catch it. So otherwise, I'm just gonna put party small way as well. You can just put any words, right? Any number of words. Party. Okay. So and voice as well, right? So if it is party, then don't stop. Don't reply the rule. If it's party, then reply. Okay. Anyway, so I just put that just to check the case sensitivity as well. It was case sensitive. So let's just press OK here after we put the keyword here and put some kind of rule that should be applied if it catches really the word party here. So do the following, and that could be redirect or BCC the message or delete the message without notifying anyone. Well, actually then we have to actually track that as well. So the thing is that we can go for reject the message with the explanation. Okay, let's go for that. We didn't try that, right? Reject the message with the explanation. An explanation should be, hey, no party allowed here, right? So we can be really brutal in the company. And so do the following: reject the message with the explanation. Let's select that. Once you select the reject the message with explanation and specify rejection reason, no party. Remember? Okay, so that's the reason. And now, if that word, so we have the Alana Shaw mailbox open, and she can just put the word party on Wednesday, and then the reaction should be coming. So if the rule applies, so let's just go ahead and press OK after you put that reason there, and on the name here, just on the top, just add your name there. On the name window, just add your name dash, and the subject, it can be the same. It's okay. Just add your name there. So what we're trying to achieve here is the subject or body, does it catch the word, right? And second thing is, so would it really reject that message with an explanation? So when Eldit or Alana Shah sends an email with the word party here, she should get an explanation, this one that we put there, right? So, and yeah, with the rejection message.
But you have to put high priority.
And we have to put that too. So guys, let's go there. First of all, we are enforcing it, and this is audit severity level. Like these are, suppose you put it low priority, it's still going to work, right? It's just saving it in the log files with a stamp low priority or high priority. So whenever you go to the log files, when you see that, you might want to see first the high priority, then you go for medium, then you go for low priority. So if you put it low, then you know whoever else is supposed to first go for high priority will go for. So it's not compulsory to go for high priority, but if it is high priority, then go for that. So I'm just going to go for medium now, just to clarify the concept. It's just log file information in the background. So if you have put in that information, then let's click save. No screenshot. Because then I have to finish the class then sooner, right? You hurt my feelings? Okay. Oh, okay. So let's click save.
And then
6:10. 7 o'clock it closes, right? Huh?
they start
They
closing
start
early now.
closing. We go there at 1:45, they're already closed.
Yeah, and like
So-
class always comes with that time.
So guys, you want to catch the Tim Horton before 7, the building one, whenever you want the break, let me know. Was it right now for everyone? So just check that and let's take a break of 20 minutes. So what do we check here? So let's just go for server 1 here, and in server 1, this time we are expecting a rejection email there, and obviously we need to put the word party here. So I'm on server 1, I've opened that Alana Shaw email there, and she's sending it to, okay, again, Eldith Walker. So, and so it's capital, I just put both words there, but just to put there, party, capital P and small p, and then space, and then I just simply select that, and control V. So that's really abusive email right now, like party, that's it, nothing else, party, and we already know the rule here, but they just don't care. So that's going, the email is going, and we just want to see if the word is caught by the exchange or not, or any keywords are caught and the rejection is done. Is that so straightforward? Will they really implement that? So if you put the both capital P, small p, just to check the, well, it should be then separate emails if you actually want to check which one worked. But just to make it work, I'm just putting the word party just to check that. So if you have put in exactly this way, let's click the send button. And do we get a rejection email?
Yeah.
You do.
It takes a while.
Oh, when I was doing blah blah blah, you already did that. Okay.
It takes a minute.
Okay, there you go. So do we all get the rejection email?
But what if you're talking about a party that's outside the company? How would they know that?
The word party. That's it. They don't. They only care about party word. Outside Mars, Pluto, wherever you want to party, but no mention of parties. Good. Party is the word. Keyword.
The company Christmas party.
Then remove this rule. That's it.
Or you can add like the restriction, right?
Exactly. So this is your screenshot number. Okay, no screenshot here, guys. No screenshot here. So take a 20-minute break.
No screenshot?
No screenshot here.
Never found.
You always get people.
Oh, no, I was gonna say that screenshot number, but we have done rules, 4 rules now. To understand how rule works, we already achieved that, how they work. Now this is just rule after rule after rule. So no screenshot over there, just means there are. So if you need break now, let me know, otherwise we continue.
So you're going to show me on Thursday?
Yeah.
Break? Break or not to break, that's the question. Okay. Cool. Alright guys, so 6:14, 6:24, 6:34 class starts. 6:34 sharp. 6:34 and 35 in 1 second. You checked it? Good.
I checked all the party capital. It still blocks it. What could we put the rule in? No, I only put it for one.
No, like,
It's simple weather.
okay, and you put the opposite of that,
Yeah.
and it caught that too.
Yes.
So it is not case sensitive. Thank you.
So what if you add another white? It's still gonna.
No.
Yeah, because the word's within the word.
Well, it just took one word there. So create another rule, another word, keyword. So let's get going, guys. We were talking about the rules here, and those are transport rules that we normally implement. While we were talking about rules here, there is one more thing that we needed to do, and that was to have our third machine installed, and that is for Exchange server, and that would be our server 03 now. Why? Because one of the most important tasks of maintaining an exchange is to have high availability, right? So if one exchange server goes down with the active database, its passive database should be also it should just fail over to the passive database. Passive should become active. So for that we need to have 2 machines there. So our first machine already has an Exchange server here, Exchange installed there, and then we need to have one more machine that need to have Exchange server installed. Why? Because we need to talk about DAG, and DAG is exactly, you're right, yeah. Okay, DAG is DAG, yeah. So database availability groups. Now what is that? That's an Exchange server? Okay. Oh, so in Exchange there are no databases, right? Okay, that comment itself is a -5 level comment. So temperature. So which is tomorrow. Snow is coming anyway. So and if Thursday there is snow, guys. If on Thursday there is snow, then we will still have a class. Yeah. Okay. Let's go ahead. So,
You stay home, do it on video, and then send it to us, and we'll watch it.
that's a suggestion that I create a video and then you go before the snow starts here because I worry about you guys, going for in the snow. Yeah, right. Okay, good try. So let's go ahead. So database availability groups. Now, what is database availability groups? If you go for, we've created 3 databases already, and if we want to create copies of those databases in the other server, then obviously we have to have exact, same set of drives first of all, same set of databases there. So we've created these copies. The databases there, the 2 files of each database. One is in E, and that is databases, and the other one is in F, and that is logs. So this is exactly what we need to create the structure in the second Exchange server as well, because if one database has its changes being writing here in the E drive and the F drive of server 2, that database changes should be then synchronizing over the LAN environment, and it should be going to the copy database here, all those changes, and exactly those databases should be set up with the same path on server 3 as they were set up on server 2. If their paths are not exactly the same, then the database, the active one, it will not be able to fail over to the passive one. So suppose we are, and it's not suppose, we're going to actually do that. So these are all the active copies here. So if these copies, active copies are on server 2 and its passive copies are on server 3. So what happens is that first of all, when you create a DAG, when you configure a DAG or database availability group, what happens is that it asks that which server you want to create the copies of your active databases here. So because we have just one other server that we're going to be installing now, so you will tell DAG, hey DAG, I have server 3 here and it is properly configured, so why don't you just create the copies of all our 3 databases here in server 3, and those will be passive copies. So DAG then creates those copies. What happens right away as soon as the copies get created, that all the copies, whatever changes are being made, are replicated from the active to the passive databases. And what kind of replication is used when the copies or any changes in the first or the databases in server 2 are being replicated to server 3? What kind of replication or synchronization is used here? Did we talk about that before as well?
Yeah, beginning.
Okay. Did we do that lab as well?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
Right. So it is. What is the difference between synchronous and asynchronous replication, guys?
The letter
Same
A.
time versus delay.
The letter A. Other than that, yeah. Oh, Shan. Yeah. So what are you saying? Synchronous is?
Synchronous is at the same time.
Okay. Same time change. That is synchronous, and there's a delay here. Delay in RAPL. So synchronous replication can be used. What are the other benefits of synchronous? So it would be used on LAN, and this can be asynchronous, can be used on LAN and WAN, both. There is no data loss. No data loss in synchronous replication, and there is, because there's a delay and there's disaster strikes, and there was a delay as well in copying the change from active to passive, so there is data loss. So synchronous and asynchronous, I didn't put any question here in the midterm for that. But DAG related a lot of questions will be coming your way in the final exam. So and yeah, since you got smarter in SQL because you got good marks in SQL, majority of you.
The better than.
Okay, and the exam was also, after I saw the results on Exchange, I got a little.
On the exchange one, we got caught off guard. We know what to expect for the next one.
Exactly, and I didn't put the tough questions there because I'm saving it all for final. So, okay, and the project. Ha. Okay, so. Hey, okay, so here, what we do understand here is synchronous replication is done on LAN. So this means the type of replication that will be going as soon as we configure DAG, which simply creates a copy of each of your databases on server 2 into server 3, whichever we tell it. It's going to create a copy there, and then whenever a change happens, it's going to be synchronously updated there on the other side on its passive copies as well. So these are synchronous changes. In our lab, it will be synchronous changes. So if the exam question goes, it's asynchronous that we did configured in DAG, so that's wrong, right? Question? Oh, okay. So, and then how many copies can a DAG take? So there can be maximum of 16 copies can be created for an active database. So this means that 16 other Exchange servers can keep a copy of one active database. There could be one active and 16 passive databases there that you can put, and that is for a very, very critical database that you would want to go for that, or at least you can go for suppose you have 5 Exchange servers there, so one active database can have 4 more or 5 more copies there, 4 more copies there and it can just fail over to any one of those copies, whichever is the best copy, or whichever server did not restart all of a sudden and has lost some kind of credibility. So whichever is the best copy, it just fails over to that. You can put a priority as well. Server 2, if you go down, then first priority is just fail over to server 6, suppose, or 7, suppose. So you can just prioritize as well that which copy to fail over to in case of a disaster. So maximum 16 copies can be created for an active database, and also so DAG must have a witness folder. What does that do? The only job of witness folder is watch. Okay. Okay. Other than that, witness folder makes sure that in case of disaster, that the active copy fails over to passive. Fails over to passive. That is the job of the witness folder. If the witness folder is not there, then obviously the failing over process will not happen. Although the active copy may go down, the failover process will not occur. So if the server 2 goes down and witness server or witness folder actually was not in communication with the server 2 and server 3, so in that case the failing over will not happen. Active will go down and passive will just remain passive, right? So I'll be putting this whole concept in different kind of sentences there to check your how much you understood from this. And so witness folder that can be created on a non-Exchange server. So a witness folder, I'm just gonna put it here. A witness folder can be placed on any non-Exchange server, and so that's why we're going to put it on server 1 here, because that's where we didn't install Exchange yet. Actually, we're not going to install Exchange on that, and so witness folder will be here. And what we're going to do with that is that this will, the main thing is that it must communicate with the server 2 in all all the time it should be in communication with server 2 and server 3. All the time it should be in communication. If it is not, whenever disaster strikes server 2, it will not fail over automatically the database to the passive. Passive will not become active. It will not fail over. So witness folder, when you create that, make sure that firewalls are off or the firewalls have exceptions added for the traffic of witness folder, right? So the question in final exam could be, what is the task of a fitness, not fitness, it's a witness folder. And fitness folder could be there as well. Yeah. Okay, so we talked about witness folder. We talked about how many copies are there. We talked about then how DAG really works. It must have at least minimum 2 servers up to 16 servers. It can have active and passive copy. Now there are two terminologies, one more actually terminology here, and that is there's a failover and there's a switchover. So what is the difference between failover and switchover? Anyone knows already? Failover and switchover.
If one fails, the other one gets full.
Which is
Failover.
failover. So a switchover.
If you manually decide to switch it.
Yeah. Okay. So that's good. So failover is when disaster happens. When disaster happens, and switchover is during maintenance. So you do it yourself. You just fail over the databases or switch over. We will just call it switchover, and the services will be just switched over from the server 2 to server 3. All end users will be connecting to whichever Exchange server has the active databases. So server 2 right now has active, and later server 3 will have active. So switchover is during maintenance, right? So that is switchover. Now this one diagram, if you have that diagram, you can just get many points there, and you could just resolve any of the questions in the final exam that are coming, because the main points are there with the diagram. And I have asked in the as now you know that according for the lab as well, I've asked questions that in our current lab we configured it this way or that way, you know. So this is the way we're going to be configuring. Now today what we want to do is at least we should introduce a server 3 here with Exchange server successful installation, and with the 2 disks added there, so we could just prepare it for the DAG configuration, and that's going to be something that is very useful for you in the production environment, in the jobs, in the interview. If you are able to explain how DAG works, that is good. That is kind of in-depth technical abilities. So since this course is supposed to be job oriented, well, I try to if the lab supports. Also you'll be doing a lot of cloud stuff, and that would be also marks oriented. It will be obviously, but job oriented is that you should get a job, or at least you should perform better in the interview after the course ends. So if you do understand, and if you do all the labs, you know, maybe you'll get lucky. So here we talk about DAG. It is database availability groups. So it's about high availability of databases. That's what we're concerned. So what does the database host? What is it hosting? Database hosts what? What's inside databases?
Tables.
Tables, exactly. In SQL, yes, not here.
Mailbox.
Mailbox, exactly. So Exchange server has databases. SQL server has databases. SQL server has tables. Exchange server has mailboxes inside, right? So, well, the courses go side by side, so definitely there could be confusion there as well. But make sure that we understand that Exchange server databases host mailboxes, right? So these all have mailbox. So when the mailboxes open, suppose the user is logging into the mailbox, and so many emails have arrived there. So as soon as the emails arrive in this mailbox, that a copy of that email is saved in the passive databases as well, right? So these are all just mailboxes inside the databases, and you can just take a picture of that too. Oh, just kidding. So, but I'm going to be putting this diagram on the OneNote, so you will get that. And oh, the password for my new password. I need to put it somewhere, because if I forget, So guys, my password for my email is blah, blah, blah. Okay, just kidding. Thank God I was recording. Okay, so yeah, that was my password. So anyway, if you understand what we're talking about, pretty much it's high availability of databases, and this is the most critical thing that you should be worrying about, because if the database goes down, maybe 2,000 mailboxes or 1,000 mailboxes go down, and if they go down, users cannot check their emails, and the whole company, their business revolves around the perfect email and inbound outbound email functionality. If it is perfect only, then your business is going. Sometimes just delayed email can cause millions of dollars of loss as well. And we talked about that before as well. Suppose you send an email to the client and it was showing some good quotes, some prices for your product, and they were about to purchase that in millions of dollars. But the email was delayed and some other quoted something, some better prices, and you lose purchase or that client because of delayed email. How about if the database is actually down and there is no email? So your company would be, going for a lot of losses there. So let's go ahead and configure the server 3, and I plan to actually do the DAG in today's class, but I hope that there are not a lot of students raising hands that oh, my server 3 actually crashed, or my server 3 cannot log in. It's already crashed?
Yeah. It doesn't work.
That was fast. Okay, so okay, here, and that is week 10, so I'll just put that diagram here. If you've opened the OneNote, you should be seeing that diagram now. Well, okay.
What did you do?
10. Okay, I hope I don't say my password out loud. So I narrate everything. That's not my phone number. Okay, so guys, I'll be figuring that out later. And right now it's not synchronizing, but you can see what's going on the board. And yeah, I think it's going. OneNote has to go through the whole protocol of George Brown password synchronization. So what we need to do is, first of all, we can just plan that what is the RAM that we currently have in our physical desktop. It is 16 GB, right? And that is 32 GB in somebody else's lab. And I'm so jealous now because I really asked for that. Anyway, okay. So here, what is the RAM distribution? Second thing is, so guys, do you have 2 GB RAM on server 1?
Yeah, and 10 on the second.
10 GB on
Second.
server 02? So that is already 12 GB out of 16 GB, right? So we need to get it down to 8, 8, 16, 6, seriously. So if we go for 6 GB, so do not start doing that now because we're going to do it together. And so 6 GB here, server 3. And if we give that kind of RAM here, so 2 GB, 6 GB, so still 14 GB, and we might really, pull it off, I guess. So this is your domain controller already, and this is your Exchange server 1, Exchange 1, and that would be your Exchange 2. Because we need to implement DAG, and we really need to know that, and you would really, once you go through that, at least you'll be able to talk in the interview. And normally when you join the company, DAG is already configured. They just would be interested in knowing that you know how does it work or not, right? So this is 66 GB we can give. So this means that we have to shut down server 2, so server 2, and give it 6 GB and keep it shut down. It's just that server 1 is like oxygen. Do not mention that in interview. So server 1 must stay on
All the time.
first thing, all the time, even after you're gone. No, then shut it down. So must stay on. Second thing is, I hope nobody already shut down server 2 as well.
We already did that.
You said to shut down, right?
Seriously, right? So yeah, we need to change the RAM definitely for that, right? So after that, now why would I say this after changing the RAM? Must stay on, because now this is different in SQL, this is different in Exchange. First thing is the Exchange organization is created in Exchange Server 1. So Exchange organization. Now this is very crucial to understand that within a forest there can be only one Exchange organization. Within Microsoft Windows Forest, which is the logical structure of the Microsoft network, there can be only one Exchange organization. So any extra Exchange server, any other Exchange server must join this Exchange organization, right? So this means that the first Exchange server must be on, must be powered on for the rest of the Exchange servers to join the Exchange organization, right? Exchange org. So this is what we need to understand from there, that the first Exchange server, suppose you have 5 Exchange servers and you're adding a 6th one, so and you're running out of RAM, they're all virtual machine based, so you can turn off server, 2nd Exchange server, 3rd Exchange server, 4th Exchange server, 5th Exchange server, but the first one actually carries the information about the Exchange organization itself. The first Exchange server is just like a domain controller. So for member servers, the domain controller is the central point. For all extra Exchange servers, it's the Exchange organization that's the main central point for the Exchange servers. So if the second one needs to join the first, the Exchange organization, the first one has to be up as well. So obviously, just to change RAM, obviously we have to turn it off, because the new Exchange server that will be coming now must have the 6 GB RAM as well. So what we can do now is we can just simply keep the server 1 up and shut down server 2 and change its RAM to 6 GB and then power it on. So our first steps, I'm just gonna start writing the steps here, and those are that. So adding the second Exchange server and the steps. So first is let's shut down only server 2, change its RAM to 6 GB, power it on, and after that let's start creating the second Exchange server, and the configuration for that would be the name of the the name of the machine of the new VM is obviously server 03. It can have 6 GB RAM. And what is the processor we give? 2 procs, so 2 processors. And because we have i7 quad core, so that's really powerful in your desktop machines. So 2 processors, and hard disk space 200 GB, and we need actually 1 NIC for now, and we need internet connection as well, because we need to download the scripts and install it. So if the internet connection is there, that's okay. Also the IP address, so IP configuration is as follows. So IP would be 192.168.200. The next sequentially available is 3, and then the SM is subnet mask is 255.255.255. All the Cisco guys, Cisco gurus here would know that, right? Okay, just nod, that's okay. So, and the gateway, we already gave a gateway here, and that is, or did we give a gateway?
Yeah,
Dot 200.1,
Name one on the other one or on that one?
and then the preferred DNS PDF. The gateway was on everyone. So preferred DNS is
That one.
200.1 because the DNS is there. So, and obviously the name could be the same as we put that for. So the machine name already is server 03. Did we get the simple name? I mean, like your first name, machine name, or just the server name? So that would be in the local server. If we go there, that is exactly as you said. So just the machine name is there, server 2, and obviously we need to join it to domain. So lots of things to do, but for DAG, you must understand that that is really mucho importante. Oh, it's muy importante, right? Okay, so here, and after this is given, we join it to domain, and then once it becomes member server, so let's install Exchange prerequisites, right? And then finally, let's install Exchange. Now, let's install second Exchange. The main thing to understand is make sure that server 01 and server 02 are powered on. Yeah.
Do we just clone the template or just from scratch?
Yeah, well, we're just cloning it, so we're just gonna call it your first name, server 03. So guys, let's just do it together, and I might be asking for screenshots during the creation. If you're already way ahead, then just come back, return back, and the lunch is ready or something like that. Yeah, okay, so okay guys, so all the steps are there, and well, I was gonna say that, hey, just look at your OneNote. Hey, you were supposed to say OneNote.
Your one.
Share this notebook, so sync this. It's asking for. Okay guys, so I'm just gonna go follow these steps so we can just check that what's done, what's not done. So first of all, I'm just gonna keep the server 1 up, but I'm just shutting down server 2 now, and shutting down server 2. It's not suspending, it's shutting down. So I'm just gonna right click here on the left side bottom and go for shutdown here, right? So on server 2 only, I'm just gonna right click here, and so make sure that it's you're not right clicking on your desktop and Windows 10 and then you're shutting down that one. You're shutting down the virtual machine, not the actual Windows 10 desktop. So they both look the same, right? So I'm just going for server 2 virtual machine and shut down. So once it's there, so it's asking for a reason. So we're just saying that it is maintenance and it's a planned maintenance, or you can just randomly choose anyone here. It's just good to, because it comes in the then event logs that at that time you shut down the machine. What was the reason that you gave there? If no reason was given, then yes, they will ask you directly then, okay, you were responsible and you didn't give a reason. That was irresponsible. Okay. So it's shut down here. I'm just going to change the RAM for server 2. And so there's that system. And I'll just go to the system. It was 10 GB RAM that I've given. So I'm going to go to the system here and just give it 6 GB. So I'll just drag it and check it out if it goes exactly to 6039. Okay, 6124.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, 6163. Alright. So whichever you can just go. It's if it's 6 or a bit above, it's okay. So once you have put in that RAM here, later we need anyone powered on already server 2? So then power off again. So, so no, we are supposed to add 2 disks there as well, right? But we can do that after Exchange server is fully installed as well, because I'm still praying, please have that second Exchange server intact after it is installed for everyone. So, no, don't shut down. No.
Shut down.
No. If it is powered on already after changing the RAM, that's okay. I'm just going to press OK here, and RAM has been changed. And if it has been changed, so suppose you've powered on the machine, still you can come back here, and at least you can take a screenshot of where the RAM for server 2 has been changed to 6 GB. Suppose you've powered on, just come back to this area, Oracle VirtualBox Manager, and simply take a screenshot of select the server 2 and make sure that you, wow, horse riding is done, right? Okay. So, oh, that's another one. Oh, we get 2 today. Cool.
It's the same.
Okay.
So you want the screenshot?
Screenshot number
So I can get 6 on my laptop, so I put 3, it's okay.
3.
It was running for
Okay. Like, whoa, that is like,
it was faster than those.
yeah, okay. Faster than this one? Okay, that's good. So 6 GB here. So it's server 2 is selected and 6 GB. So screenshot number 4 is done. Yes. Okay, thank you for the reply. So,
He said it, I put 4.
what?
No, it's his computer, that doesn't count.
So screenshot 4 is that RAM changed to 6. That is screenshot number 4, right? Hey, okay, I'll take a mental note of that. From next semester, I'm gonna ask you to name this title every screenshot. Just 10 screenshots, right? So what was the screenshot about? So title it, right?
You kind of.
What? For 27 students? Yeah, so no, like I'm gonna give that, and I expect that you put the title of the screenshot as well, right?
Also,
So-
in your document, you put screenshot number 1.
So in the document, yeah, it should say screenshot number 1, but also what's the title for that? What exactly are we looking at in the picture? Yeah. So when I have to see all the 27 pictures, 27 students, 10 pictures, 270. So you can see how brutal it is already. So, but screenshot and the title is for screenshot number 4, and it is not 4 GB RAM. It's RAM change to 6 GB. So that's the title of screenshot number 4, or the purpose. Okay, so let's just go ahead and if you take a screenshot number 4 here, let's continue. Is the machine started? Yes. Yes. So once we start the machine, let's just get going with the basic configuration of the third machine now, which is first we create a clone from the template, and then we give it all the configurations that we decided. I'm just starting the machine, and make sure you're able to log in after that. It is intact when you started and you gave 6 GB RAM, so I hope it is intact. So please log into that, and at least try to check if you can log into ECP, Exchange Control Panel, in server 2. We'll just be as careful as we can. So if there's a problem with this machine after changing the RAM, then the third Exchange server, the second Exchange server, the third machine, it will not be able to communicate with this one if this one has some issue. So log in, open Control Panel, Exchange Controller. If that is okay, then go ahead with the next steps. Start the server 2. Start the server 2. Hey, I actually forgot to.
Sir, right control and delete.
Seriously.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Right control, delete.
Right control.
Delete.
Will it delete my machine? No, just kidding. Thank you, sir. You know, it's VirtualBox. This was the first and last time. Next semester, if there's deep freeze, then there will be deep trouble.
Just request that room, the protected room.
Oh yeah.
No, this one is not good.
For SharePoint, it's already. You know, I'll go cloud. then that's the only solution.
Oh, if it's cloud, we can stay home, right?
No, still come here.
Cloud.
No, like
One of the benefits.
online lecture is not very beneficial.
Who said that?
Well, the management told me.
You're lying.
Last semester, so 4 or 5 students came here. The rest were just following the videos. I don't know why I let them do that. They convinced me into that. Then the management said, no, they all must come. I said, okay. That's not difficult. Guys, were you able to log in?
Yeah, it's press it. No, on the screen.
No, it's still working.
It's slow.
It is
Don't forget, you
Very.
4 is GB.
60.
No, no. From 10 to 6, it's 4.
It lost 4. And it's still Exchange server. Whoa, that is bad. And it's worse with VirtualBox, but anyway. Was supposed to be VMware Workstation. So yeah, I'll be sending Cyrus that, hey, please don't pull this off next semester. Deep freeze. Let's test it on Amir's class. Oh, it doesn't work. Sorry. Okay.
What happens if you clone the server to
This one?
server to what if you
Oh, whoa. It's not gonna work.
Because we
The-
have Exchange already installed.
Exchange server application will not communicate with each other anymore. So Exchange, even the member server. Okay, this member server can have new SID, but in fact, the new server will not even have a new SID. Why? Server 2 was not shut down with sysprep, and if you sysprep server 2, Exchange will be totally destroyed, shattered. So no, there is no possibility.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, it's a total bye-bye. Okay guys, so I'm just going for desktop, and anyone was able to log into ECP?
Yes.
Oh. Those who started like a year ago, they may have been able to log in.
I believe. You can do it.
So, well, that's kind of waste of time. Okay, well, whenever you're able to open the Internet Explorer, then just try to log in from ECP Exchange Control Panel. So right now we can just continue starting or configuring the second Exchange server or the third machine. I'm just going to minimize that. Whenever it comes up, I'll just check that at that time. Right now we don't really have to wait for that long. So I hope we all have the template machine, this one, intact. And if we have the template machine, let's create a clone out of that. So let's go for the template machine of COMP3102, and then we can just right click on the machine, on the template, and there's a clone or the sheep. Let's click clone on the sheep icon. So if you're able to see that, okay, I'll just make it bigger. Okay, template, right click, clone. Once you click the clone button here, you should be seeing this. So let's just fix that name first of all. It's no longer a template now, so I'm just going to remove the wordings template, and also that okay, it's 10 September, your first name is there, so let's just go for CR03.
Can we change the date or September 10th?
Well, yeah, September 10 is okay because all of the machines are still September 10, so it's a course start date, I guess, so, or the second or third day. So if that has been put in, and obviously your path has to be corrected as well, so let's go for D drive and dcolon / and then you have here comp 3012A / and then what was the path for other machines there? Oh, they don't show here. Okay, so you just have to put I think well, we can just put the full name here. You can just click that, Control C this, right click, copy, right, and it instead of users you can just remove all and put that name. So what? First you put dcon /, then you put the folder name which already exists in your D drive, and then get the whole name copied there and paste it in place of whatever was there in the path,
To VirtualBox.
right?
It goes to a folder called VirtualBox VM.
VirtualBox VM. So did we create a path inside that there for the previous machines?
Yeah.
Okay, and that is in D drive, right?
That is it.
Okay, so we did not create the COMP3102A for that. Oh, after that we did.
After that, the COMP3012A /
Whoa.
VirtualBox.
So if you follow that path, that is also okay. Because I was just checking that in my laptop. Ouch. Okay. So guys, if you see that path, you can just, oh, there you go. Serious. That was the path. Hey guys, have we all pressed next here? No. So you can see this path here for either virtual machine or for the template. So we can just follow this path, and at the end of this path is that name there. In fact, the template is written there. We remove the template, which is okay. So I'll just keep this name here, but I'm just going for VirtualBox and space VMs. Okay. /
Either way.
See this up there, the path. So if you put this path, it pretty much doesn't matter. But since other machines were with this path, so that's why we're just putting. I'm just making that change here. So if you were able to make that change, so this machine will be created with all other machines in the same path. So you will be able to delete that later easily. Yes, sir.
Put 3012 instead of 3102.
3 zeros.
Yeah, no, where it says, no, at the D, you put 30 instead of 31.
Oh.
Wrong folder.
Oh. 30310. Thank you, sir. Okay, 3102. Thank you. And yeah, it would have created a new folder for me then. Thank you, sir. Okay, so here, once it has been put in, I think everyone has put in that path. If done, go ahead. And we do remember that MAC address thing as well. If we are not able to ping, that we have to regenerate that network card MAC address. So it should also ping. So anyway, if this path has been given here, then take your screenshot number 5. High 5? No, screenshot 5. So here, if you've put in that path exactly, take your screenshot number 5. So I'm just gonna put here screenshot number 5 is the disk path, the machine path actually, the server 03 VM path. Okay, that's screenshot number 5. So it should not be something else, right? That picture should be expected. And do start giving this explanation for each screenshot.
Next semester.
Next semester? Did I say that? Oh, okay. So start practicing now. That's a good one, right? Okay, so the 703 VM path is screenshot number 5. And let's just go ahead and click next. I'm going to minimize that now. So here, let's click next here. And so that's full clone or link clone. So we go for link clone. If we go for full clone, it's going to be faster, but it's going to take so much space that you're going to run out of space, and then you'll be in trouble. So let's just keep it to linked clone and click the clone.
Wow.
If you click that link clone, just click the clone button, right? So is it done?
I got bell.
You already got an error? Wow, that was fast.
I got the same error as you.
Oh, now you got that.
So what should I do?
No, is it saying Intel VTX?
Oh no.
No.
So it's not the same. No, does it say the disk space, or does it say network card?
Said keyboards.
IPRT error. I had no idea.
Oh, that error, okay.
Because I
It could be anywhere. So guys, start the machine while I check the error.
The 4 mega. It's from the.
Oh, 4 megabyte, exactly. Oh, maybe you got this error.
no. It was
no.
after you pressed home.
So guys, did we change that RAM? So go ahead. So if you have started, let me just because some of you are seeing that error. So I'll just click start and see that error. If this error comes, then power off and just change the RAM and start again. Oh,
I changed the
well,
MAC address too.
yes. So it's saying this, and that if that's the error you're getting, no physical memory is available. Obviously, it is 4 MB because we put the template as 4 MB, so it should not start accidentally. So I'm just going to close that and power off the machine, not the save the machine state, but power off the. So click close here and click the power off and press OK. Try to create another one, another machine.
Yeah, that's what it's doing.
And then I'm going to go to system, and I'm going to change the RAM to
This one, try to clone it.
6163 or above 6. That is all we need. So I'm just putting the RAM there to this and press OK and power on.
Change the MAC address.
Guys, did we change the MAC address?
Yes.
So have you already powered on?
No.
Okay, in that case, power off.
Don't you also have to add another network?
Not now. So we're gonna just first configure the machine for joiner to domain, and then install Exchange server, and then. So the main thing is network card here. So guys, we have clicked this option here. Now, first of all, if you have still the machine powered off, it's not if, just go ahead and power off, because this is very important. You need to make a basic communication between the server 3 and server 1 to join it to domain. So will this machine at the NAT configuration will be able to communicate with other machines or not?
No.
So what is the communication going on between the other machines? So I'm just going to close that here.
It's internal network.
Internal network. So if we go to server 1 here, and I'm just clicking server 1 here, this server 1, and then if I go to the network setting, so as you say here, that is internal network. So that's exactly what we need to do here as well in order to have this server 3 communicate with server 1 to join it to domain, and obviously server 2. If I click the server 2 and network settings, in server 2 I have two network cards. One is internal network, one is actually NAT, because we needed internet for that server 2, which we will be needing for the prerequisites deployment in server 3 as well. So this is the server 2's configuration, that there are two network cards here. One is internal network, second is NAT. So why don't we just put that now for server 3 as well. First is internal network, second is NAT. So this is in server 2. I'm just going to go to server 3 now. I'm going to go to server 3 and click the network while it is powered off. While server 3 is powered off, let's click the network. Once we click the network side, so here we can see that there's adapter 1, and we can change the adapter 1 to internal network. Change the adapter 1 of server 3 to internal network, and click the advanced button and do what here? Exactly. Click the advanced and refresh, as you said. Refresh the MAC address here. Once is okay. Okay, so we have changed the adapter 1 of server 3 internal network and refresh the MAC address. Let's go for adapter 2 here. Enable that and change it to exactly as you said. NAT, adapter 2, NAT, and refresh the MAC address. I hope you're all understanding what we're doing. And once adapter 2 is on NAT of server 3, adapter 1 is on internal network of server 3, and both have been refreshed with MAC address. If that is done, press OK. Is there anything else remaining before we start? Now guys, do not start now. Since it is powered off, let's just think it over.
make sure that you assign the required number of CPUs.
So what is the CPU number on server 2 here? If we go for display system here, exactly as you said. So I'm just going to go to system and check that what is the number of CPUs we have here. If I go to the system of server 2 just to check that, general, is it in general or it is description? Hey, where is this system? Oh, processor. So how many CPUs we have in? So server 2 already has 1. We can keep it 1 here as well. It's just that it's going to be really slow. So we have, you guys have actually a very good processor here, i7 quad core. So let's give this server 3 as 2 CPUs, and later when we get to shut down server 2, and then we can just change its CPU as well. We don't really have to do it now. It's just supposed to be stay powered on right now for server 3 to actually join it. So if for Exchange server. So server 2, we understand it has one processor. We can change that later. So I'm just going to close that. But for server 3, because it is shut down, it is convenient for us to change this one at least. So on server 3, go to system and simply change it from 1 to 2. So on server 3, I'm going to system, then to processor here, and it is 1 CPU, so we can just increase it to 2. Later, we're going to do that for server 2 as well. Later, whenever. But I hope we remember that. So, guys, 2 CPUs, 2 network cards, and there's one more thing left here. 2 extra disks, right? So if we are able to add that now, that is also okay. Otherwise, later we have to shut it down and add those 2 disks. But what was the configuration of server 2 for the 2 disks? If I go to server 2 here, and this is server 2 now, and if I go down to storage, then it is 2 extra disks added, which were 300 GB each, and it was new virtual disk 1, your first name, new virtual disk 2, your first name, and then 300 GB each, right? So can we add these 2 disks with exactly the same space on server 3 as well now? So server 2 was this configuration. If I go to server 3 here, let's go to server 3, and here in storage, once we go to the storage while it is powered off in server 3, so we can see this plus button here, this one, adds hard disk. So if everyone sees that, let's go ahead and simply click this button now, this one, right? Okay, so then there is create new disk. I hope everyone knows what they're doing. So create new disk here, and this is a VDI, obviously. Let's click next, and it is dynamically allocated. Next, and it is 300, and also it's, yes, it's just 1, but dash your first name, new virtual disk 1 dash your first name, and it is 300, and that's for server 3 first disk. If you have put in that information, then let's click create. We're going to create the second one as well. When both are created, then we're going to take the screenshot number 6. Alright, so if the first disk is created with exactly this configuration here, let's click the create button now. Okay, create. Now the first disk is created. I'm just going to go for the add disk again, and let's click that add disk, and then go for create new disk here again, and VDI next, dynamically allocated next, and then we're going for disk 2 dash your first name. We're making a change here first, disk 2 dash your first name, and then it is 300 as well. So if we have done this with disk 2 dash your first name and 300, so I hope you're all done. Yes. Okay, thank you for the reply, and let's click create. Okay, so now if these 2 disks are showing, then screenshot number 6. Woohoo! So take a screenshot here where the 2 disks for server 3 are created. Take a screenshot here where the 2 disks for server 3 are created. And I'll just put that explanation here. Screenshot number 6 is server 03 VM 2 extra disks. 2 extra disks. Alright, so we're just trying to really go ahead and try to configure that. So screenshot number 6 is server 03 VM 2 extra disks. If you have taken that screenshot, so now if I go for the configurations here, so server 2 we were supposed to power on, yes, and then there's 6 GB RAM we gave, 2 processors we gave, hard disk, the default hard disk was actually 200 GB, the extra 2 disks are each 300 GB that we added. There are 2 network cards here, so one NIC or the first or one NIC or the first NIC is internal network, and second NIC is NAT. So this is the configuration that we have done till now. So now we're supposed to be okay. Is there anything that you would be thinking of? Let's just power on now, because now we need to configure the name of the PC or server and the IP, and then we're going to go for all the exchange prereqs one by one. So till here we are done. So I'll just go for.
Make sure don't click any key when turning on the
Do not click any key on the keyboard. Okay, that's good. So, guys, if you've pressed OK here, and now you can see that the server 3 is pretty much ready here. So, server 3 powered off, and it has this configuration. So, let's just right click here and go to start and normal start. I hope it is normal. Please be normal. So, this is the third machine here. No. What? Error? Okay, you're good, right? I'm like now closing my ears. No more errors. I'm not listening to any errors. Ah. Really? Or you're kidding, right?
No, it's really what happened.
Is it a real error or fake error? Pause the audio. Okay. Or the video.
Yeah. That way when I watch it later, I don't that.
Yeah, when you asked that I want to watch the video, I was thinking, she's gonna see that 10 minutes delay, then, you know. So, resuming, and I'll click next here, and then accept the license terms, and put the password, small ABC, capital C, 123, in fact, yeah, no, okay. I changed it for the domain admin password, but the local admin password is the same. And I hope everyone's logged in. Oh. Seriously, oh yeah, input, it was keyboarding, seriously. Okay, here, administrator, and then we go ahead and give the static IP. Are you, well, I was going to say, are you able to ping? If we have a DHCP, it would have gotten that IP from DHCP and you will be able to ping. But let's just give the static IP and name.
No.
So, local server, we go to local server, server 3. I hope we're all logged in. And when we go to the local server, it's the second one or the first one?
The
Second one is the internet, right? First one is the
exchange.
hmm?
The one with the domain of exchange.
Yeah. The one with domains. So if you're all logged in here, you can go to the local server, then you can go to the Ethernet, and there's Ethernet 2, right? So if we go for clicking that, so exactly as you said, There's that GBC route. Why is that showing here? Because it is going to outside to grab the internet connection, and the DSL router of George Brown, it has this domain. While this one is actually the same network as our other machines, and it has received an IP from DHCP already that we have in server 1, right? The DHCP server 1 has given. So let's go down to Ethernet only. Double click that Ethernet and just click the details here just to check that. So I got 200.50. So I guess everyone got 250, obviously, right? It did not?
No, he's gonna change it to .3. That's what he got.
Yeah, but this means that we have connectivity to server 1 and server 2. We are connected to our network. This just means that, right? So if you got this, that's good, but we're not going to actually use that. We're going to use the 200.3. So I'm just going to close that, the details window here. Go to the properties here. Let's go to the properties. And go to the static IP and just change the static IP. So uncheck V6 out of a habit. If you suppose don't check it, it doesn't really matter. So double click V4 and use the following IP address, and then it is 192.168.200.3. Tab
1.
Uno. Tab 192.168.200.1. So I hope everyone has put in that information. I hope we've given the gateway.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah,
It worked.
yeah, it worked, but I always have to check.
Check what?
In IT, we have to always check if we have a bit more confusion. Did we give a gateway or not? I don't know in which other class I actually told them not to give a gateway, so I'm mixing all the classes. Yeah, there's a gateway. Okay.
Down on the one note, they need to give a default.
No, there I wrote that, but in another college I told them not to put that. I don't know why. Alright, so server 03. So now it is, if everyone has put in that information, then let's just press OK and give it server 03 as the name, and also just join it to domain in the one go. So in one restart we can just give it a name and also join it to domain and do it both things in one restart. If the name has been IP has been given there with the correct configurations here, then press OK and press OK. Close. Everyone gets the IP, right? Anyone still wants to see the IP? We're good, right? Okay. So we're just gonna close that and just rename it and join it to domain at the same time, just to save one restart. So I'm just gonna go to the local server of server 3 here, this one, or go to the computer name here. Click the computer name, and then click the change button here. And first, let's just give it a name server 03 without pressing OK. Let's click the domain as well and just give it the correct domain name, exchdomain.local. So server 03, do not press OK, and then put the domain, and then now press OK, and it will ask for a credential. And just give your domain admin credentials there. So if everyone has put in that information to rename plus join at the same time, otherwise one restart for rename, one restart for joining the domain. Normally that's how it works, but we can just do it with one restart as well. So if you've done that, press OK with the credentials. If it is communicating with server 1, only then. Did it?
You did.
Well,
You just do it.
it's gonna take some time. It's in shock. Oh, there you go. No, it doesn't take that much time. So, okay guys, here, your first name admin and the password that we changed today, or I changed today, but you did not. So, small XYZ, capital XYZ, shift 123. I hope we're all doing that. Just rename and join at the same time and just restart now.
Doesn't matter which account you use. I use the administrator.
Default? Okay, yeah, sure, no problem. So
now you're gonna create a local account? Our first name, last name for this server?
No, it's domain admin. Domain admin's account copy was created, so that we can use on thousands of computers even. So did it join the domain? Yeah.
Did you bring your own mug?
What?
You're using your own mug?
Yeah, it's the coffee warmer that I have. So cool. It's still warm after 3 hours.
Yeah, because mine, I bought it like 15 minutes ago.
Yeah. No, it's a coffee warmer. It's connected
Oh, really?
electric coffee warmer. So yeah, and I rent it too as well. I just take $20 for coffee warming for 1 hour. Yeah.
So what is that?
Huh?
Like on the bottom, like a...
Yeah, if you touch the coffee warmer surface now, or try at least. So it's really hot, right? But it doesn't boil. It just keeps it on 55 degree, which is good enough to qualify. Okay, guys, do you see this? So I hope you do, and press OK.
I saw it, I don't see it.
And press OK and close and restart now. So once you restart now, you have to worry about then. So first of all, log in to your domain admin. Do not log in from local administrator once you rename and join the domain, and then log in again. Just log in from your domain admin and simply start. Let's configure the prerequisites of Exchange. Let's start doing that. And you know that question also came in the exam midterm. That what was that very long script that we gave there?
Oh, yes.
The prerequisite script.
I never saw that.
I had it.
You were stuck there for half an hour for that one. Oh, okay.
I was comparing the script and I was like, yeah, it's exactly the same.
Yeah, that script really might have wasted a lot of time because the thing was not the script that. So the question was something else. So guys, we're gonna be putting those prereqs now for Exchange, and those prerequisites were there on the blackboard on day 2 or 3 or 5 or 6. Okay. Oh, serious? No internet, GBC?
Use the George. I thought you were connected to the George.
That also had no internet. That also had no internet. Guys, do you have internet?
Yeah.
That's not fair. If I don't have, you don't have. Oh, okay.
That's smart.
No. Disconnect and connect.
It's just you, sir. Oh, see, George. No, God. Oh, no.
Actually, when I
George
connected,
had Wi-Fi. You connected for a second to George.
yeah, but I don't know why it was. All right, we have internet connection now. Woohoo! Yay! Yeehaw! Oh, okay.
Pick it up again.
Dude. Ah, serious. Okay. Yeah. What was our new username? It was? Oh, it was not. Okay, good. So, update, yeah. So guys, where's that script? We're gonna get that from which day? Okay. So, I'm just going for day 2. That was the evolve copy, and then we were stuck with the deep freeze. Okay guys, it's week 3 where the Exchange prereq script is. Week 3. And then on week 3 on Blackboard, there is Exchange server prereq on an IT forum, and then there was some the prereq tool. So download these prerequisite tools for Exchange Server 2013 inside your server 2. In our case now inside our server 3. So first we're going to run the script here. Once we log in from domain admin from server 3. Is that a stretch or? Huh? It's not joining the domain? Hey! You're supposed to be in good hands. No help? It's done? Working? Ah, good. Thank you. So here, now Exchange prereq script. Oh,
I already have on the share folder.
He's good? You're good? Okay. So, alright guys, so I'm just gonna go for week 3 on the Exchange server prereq script. I'm gonna open that and you can see the long script there. Oh well, okay, I don't know this guy. I mean, I don't know. I met him, this is cool. Okay, so anyway. Well, that script is this. I'm just gonna go ahead and copy the whole script here, and then we need to check that if we are able to even. So first of all, how do you log in? You do not log in from local administrator. Do not log in from this local administrator when it's restarted server 3. Do not. So click that back arrow here, and then go to other user and log in from your domain admin, your first name admin. And the password, in my case, it was changed. In your case, it will be changing soon. If this blue bar appears, press yes. And now we need to just put the prerequisite there. It's a PowerShell script, so open PowerShell with admin privileges. Once you are logged in from server 3, open PowerShell with admin privileges. So this is a PowerShell here. I'm going to right click this one and then right click further like Aziz and open run as administrator. By now you should be PowerShell gurus. You should be creating your own scripts because you're attending PowerShell class, right? Okay, that means I don't know what. So run as administrator. Press yes. Now, are you able to simply paste that script?
Of course not. You have to share the folder.
Oh, we did that? Okay. VMware Workstation, I miss you. Okay. So guys, we have internet inside server 3 as well. So you can just go to that URL from within server 3 as well. Yes, sir. Yes. Which class we didn't hear that? So, so somebody's not paying attention, right? So presume now. And how do we get the script inside? Well, there's internet connection here. And can we open that form from here? Okay, if I go for IT Prof courses, see this? I'm inside server 3 and I'm typing that form address IT Prof courses.boards.net, or better just go to Blackboard. Go from there.
Yeah, you can start and then it should show it.
So just paste it. Otherwise, I'm just going for Exchange here.
You do it.
Yeah, I can do that, man. That's good. There's Exchange server. 5 viewing. Okay.
Which one? What?
2030. So scripts. Exchange within PowerShell scripts and CMDs. Okay.
Out of size now since you installed the.
X prerequisites. Well.
So I think you're gonna have
Yeah.
some trouble. So don't open the folder where you have it.
So guys, you can log in from server 3 from the Blackboard as well, and then that link will open for you from within the Exchange server 3. It opened for me, and I'm just right clicking that. It not only right click, but it is also now working within server 3 now. So, but that's a effort that you have to go through.
The input? No, and the devices, you can share clipboard, network.
Sharing the clipboard. So it is just You have to go that way, right?
My direction is west. From here, from here.
Yeah, good. Good troubleshooting, man. Genius. So guys, how many were not able to run this? Hey.
Sir,
Yes, sir.
that's why I need
Now, see this? So yeah, going
$8 more.
So, that doesn't matter. And then at the end, don't forget to have to restart it. Or else it's not going to show up the full.
Maybe it's taking time.
You're good. You finish this one, right?
It says you must restart the server.
Yeah.
Did you finish it?
Just have to restart again. I'm waiting for him.
So guys, what are the ways to get it? So you don't have Wi-Fi? No. You don't have Alexa? Why?
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 So no Wi-Fi here?
Why? Why?
So GBC root, 11 now? Oh, so there's internet coming in for
The leaf sucks.
Blackboard. Oh, you got it there.
Why?
Alright, go to Blackboard and wait. Or
The local don't have to work.
Sir? It's there. So how it came, we don't have to.
Where did it randomly finish and then it pasted?
Sir.
As if we finished installing and then it pasted.
Yeah, that's
So
there is that going to do.
now first copy your work into USB and connect it to this machine which has the design. And there's only the solution they like to use. Yes sir.
Computer randomly pasted some other.
The term read is not recognized in the names.
I finished installing and then it wrote, and then it pasted read more and then it gave your website.
Oh, that. Okay, that's obviously is not a command. So
But how did it paste there? You were in the install process.
no, I was so it did paste that afterwards. It was slow. It was very slow. Okay, so after that you're supposed to restart, right? So once you run the script here, oh, whoa, did I resume? I never paused. Okay, so that's safer than forgetting to resume. Alright guys, here, so it's a restart computer, restart dash computer, tab, and then go ahead and restart, obviously. So after that, well, it's better to just, from within the machine, just connect to the Blackboard, right? And go to the week 3, and there are 3 prerequisite applications, small applications there. You need to install those, and then we're going to start installation of Exchange server after that. So if we start now, we will be able to finish that by 10:30, so we'll be good.
Did you reinstall that?
Yeah, put it all again. Okay, put that one. Put that one. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So you're good? You're good, right? Ah, that's good, man. Oh.
I'm good, you?
I'm saying like on the other South Pole I was talking.
Because you didn't install properly, if you didn't resign them, just the tenant, once you finish installing, it was then probably that's what you
So we need to reach this configuration of DAG, and for this we have configured everything. We're gonna go with that and continuously do that. Hopefully next week also our machines do survive, and we are able to create the full DAG and actually test it as well. We're gonna have a crash test as well for DAG. We're gonna crash server 2 or 3, and then we're gonna test that if the database are still open or available.
Next time, better look next time.
Oh yeah. Better luck next time. Oh, so somebody has ESXi here. So in SQL class, role you said then?
Me.
SQL class. So Basam would be.
No, but Sam's here, he sits there.
Oh, but
Yes, you do sit there, so that's.
No, but he has on Thursday, he has on his laptop.
Huh? Good man.
But I have an issue. I show you that.
Oh.
Yeah,
So you're not ready for
Oh,
that.
but he got the same issue.
All right.
An hour early for troubleshooting.
Yeah, I got that issue too.
Like, it cannot connect with
The service is stuck.
SQL server.
Oh.
They say it's like it's failed to connect. I cannot find it.
And you cannot run the service. You can not right click and start the service.
Did you say the service?
Ouch.
We tried.
I don't know.
So guys, once you're connected here, once you're restarted with the script here, you have to. It's better to log into the Blackboard. Yeah, because I have put the Dropbox link there. Actually, the Google Drive link there in that Blackboard. So whenever it starts actually faster now. So I'll just go back to. So I've run the script. It is done. And hey, what's the link for Blackboard? Direct link. URL.
BBC.
BB
Or GBC.
dash
GBC.
GBC
Space BP.
space BB.
What are you talking about? No, BB-GBC.
Oh, okay. BB dash GBC. That's it, right?
Blackboard.com.
Huh?
Blackboard.com.
Ah, thanks.
He doesn't want to use Bing.
Why are you saying space? There's no space in the URL.
I'm just search it. That's the easiest way to do it.
This way takes you directly to the direct URL.
Okay, remember the IP. What IP?
Alright guys, so once we're inside, just go to week 3 and download the 3 applications there, small applications. Otherwise, we won't be able to install Exchange Server without that. So come on. So So if Thursday there is snow, and if it is too much snow, then
We all stay on.
we'll still be having a class. Yeah.
Mass driving. Said by regulations in school, if snow, no school.
Yeah, right. Even if meteor is about to hit Toronto, GBC will stay open.
That's, you know, the first question said that.
I think they all like improve.
When everything is closed, then I see GBC side and whoa, we're open. Seriously, are you kidding me?
So there was one, I think it was like,
They had to close once, yeah.
we opened with the worst ones, and the bad ones, it was like not even like that much snow, we closed. Yeah, it was the opposite literally.
What?
So you look up every single course, and it's every single course but the tech courses that are canceled. Like all the fashion gone, electrical gone. Everybody's canceled except for tech courses.
Wow. Okay, tech guys are supposed to. The whole industry depends on the tech guys. Oh, okay.
Every single other program got canceled except for nursing.
So I clicked it. Okay, guys. So here, Exchange 2013 requirements document and Exchange 2013 installation, and there's a prereq tools for Exchange 2013. So I'm just gonna go for that now and download the 3 software there, the 3 small files there that are these 3 files. So once you click that link from within the server 3, you can see filter pack 64-bit. You can see filter pack 2010 SP1 and UCMA run type setup. So we can just go for first of all filter pack 64-bit, then the SP1, then the UCMA. We can just go sequentially with that. So let's just download these. I'm just accessing that from within server 3. If you have gone inside the Blackboard, just go for week 3 and the link is there to download the 3 tools here. So I'm just going to right click. Oh, actually it just shows there. Download link. And as soon as I click that down arrow here, this one, then it is just saying that Internet Explorer allow block. So options for this site, always allow. So it's going to show a pop-up which is just for download. And now it shows all the files there. So filter pack 64-bit. Let's just concentrate on downloading everything to the downloads folder here. Save as downloads folder. So filter pack 64-bit in downloads folder, saving it. Now I'm just going to go for second one, and it also is saying where and save as download. Actually, it just goes by default to download, right?
It should be, yeah.
And then the third one, click that. It says unable to scan the file for viruses. Yeah, ha, 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 ha. Yeah, ha, ha. I'll just have a villainous laugh now. Oh, it's my machine. Okay. So anyway, and then I'll click save only, trusting that it's going to be downloading. So open folder, and all 3 files are there. Oh,
Start downloading.
partial download.
Like 300.
Actual machine there.
Oh, that download completion was for some other. And download it. Close.
So it's very little machine, and then download them
Oh, it was. I closed it for the completed one.
Just one of them.
Ouch.
In this case,
Go to
because you
settings,
connected
sir,
the
and
internet.
just download it. Top. Yeah, settings.
If
Download.
you just had it in.
You download it. Okay,
Because
it's done.
All right. Thank you, sir. So now, if all the downloads are done, yep. So filter pack 64-bit first, then the SP1 for that, and then UCMA. Once we have run all 3, then we restart one more time, and then we start the Exchange server. Woohoo! Yay! Okay. So filter pack first, then SP1 for the filter pack, then UCMA. Right? So I'll just double click that filter pack. Yes, next, finish. Next. I accept. Next. And press OK. Then the second one, so it's pack 1. I'll double click and yes. So first is filter pack 2010, and then the SP1, the filter pack with SP1. That's the second one. First I ran that, then I ran that. Now I am running this. So the third one is UCMA runtime setup. Yes. So unified communications software for Exchange 2013, it is required for the basic installation. Otherwise, we're not actually using that. If you had link server for meetings and conferences, then this is very useful. Next, I have read and accept. I don't want to improve the software, so let's click install. It's gonna send information of our usage to a central server.
I know that we're doing a lab.
We are connected to internet, and it's a lab. Yeah, you're right. So go ahead and select that. It's okay. All right. All right. All three software installed. Yes. Okay, guys. I hope it is installed for everyone.
Yes.
All right. Well, maybe it's not from your time, but in my time, Hulk Hogan used to, in the wrestling, he used to listen to like that. But if you don't know what I'm even talking about, who's Hulk Hogan? Maybe you're the new generation, I guess. Oh, it feels good to say that, right? Huh?
WWF.
Yeah, it is WWF. Okay.
A whole bunch of hokey movies.
Exactly. Alright guys, so here finally we have to install Exchange server, and if we start now, yes, we will be able to make it. So if the prereqs are done, let's just do a final restart here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and restart after installing the three applications, and other planned, you could just go for that. And then we need to attach the ISO of Exchange 2013 to the DVD of this and start installation. It's going to be a little tricky because it's going to ask that, hey, you want to install a standalone Exchange server or you want to join it to the Exchange organization. So we need to join it to the Exchange organization. After that, we're going to create a Office 365 free account, and we're going to connect to the Exchange Online.
All today?
All today. There was no other exam now, right? Everything done, right?
Sure. Finish.
So this means you shouldn't be tired now. Oh.
1-1-3-3.
You open it already. 1.5.
All done?
I have a
Yes. Alright guys, so it is restarted for me after installing those three software. It is restarted now. So let's start the installation of Exchange, and we need to understand those options there for the installation. So have we mapped the Exchange 2013 ISO to the DVD, virtual DVD of this machine? No. Oh, okay. So how do we do that? Let's go ahead and do this. Guys, are we logged into server 3 after restart? After installation of those three prereq tools. Okay, so if you're really new,
The third one is finishing installing.
what?
I had to restart because there was an error. It didn't let me install the last one.
Oh, now it is after the restart. Oh,
Probably the script didn't go through right. Hey, you restart your work, so don't ask why.
So, just a hint of what we're about to do now is devices, optical drives, and then we're just simply going to connect the Exchange Server 2013. It's not a hint, just click that. Oh, okay. So in case you don't see that, then go for choose disk image, and then go to prototype folder in C drive. Actually, did we not have it, and then I gave you an, well, did that happen to this one or the sequel? It's in prototype. Okay, so it's in prototype folder, guys. Just go for choose disk image, go to C drive, double click in prototype folder Exchange 2013, which is exactly this with SP1. So if you got that, go ahead and click that, and then we start the installation because we need to finish it before 10:30. Huh? Before 10:30. Before. Okay, so let's go for the yellow folder. If you have attached the Exchange 2013 to the DVD of server 3, now it should look like this in server 3. I hope it is looking like this for everyone. Is it looking like this for everyone? Yeah. Oh, actually, okay. So double click that and press yes.
Why did your mic open the phone? So which one is it? The setup or the exchange service?
Setup. So guys, if you're on the check for updates, I hope everyone is on check for updates. Okay, so
We have the same
like everyone.
up here.
Okay, so let's just keep it connected to the internet and check for updates. Let's keep it there and click next. Once you click next here, does it say this? No updates found. Click next to continue.
Mine is still checking.
No, because it's gonna finish right away.
Mine said checking to see enough space is available.
Oh, you went ahead then.
Did I?
So let's click next.
Mine says downloading update.
Downloading updates? No way.
Now it's copying files.
Okay, you should be on copying files. He was just doing delaying here. He wanted to reach there. No?
It was actually said
Oh, okay. Your Exchange server is different than ours.
Poor Anson hasn't even gotten it.
Initializing setup. And now screenshot number 7 is coming.
what? The bar?
No.
Is it we do a GIF?
Exchange organization.
Introduction.
Is it the introduction?
Well, when this screen finishes, then
Is that a yes?
yes, for what?
Sure, introduction.
I'm not there yet, so. Alright, guys. So, there's introduction here. I hope everyone's on the introduction screen.
Yes.
Oh, I put.
Only the first line is on introduction screen, right?
That's coming up.
I make a quick.
Oh, man. You really scared me, man. When you present. Okay, so let's click next. License agreement. Accept the license agreement. Click next. And then use recommended settings. Do we all see that?
Yes.
Next.
Mailbox rule.
So here, obviously that's very important. So in server 2, the first Exchange server, we selected the mailbox role, we selected the client access role, and obviously we have to select this one as well. So if these 3 are selected, that is your screenshot number 7. After selecting these roles, take a screenshot of this page. After selecting these roles, because mailbox role should be on 2 servers, so we could make it highly available.
Yes.
So client access role and automatically install Windows Server roles. So if we have done that, take a screenshot. Screenshot taken already?
Yeah.
Alright, screenshot 7.
Server rule selection.
Okay, server role selection, yay! Okay, so that's screenshot number 7, 2 more screenshots left, and then we go ahead and install. Okay, so here, if you have taken a screenshot number 7 here, click next.
Default.
The path is okay, no change here. We didn't make that change in C drive server 2 as well, so it's okay. We can just keep it the same and click next. So yes, malware protection should be enabled. The way they asked is strange, but keep it as is and click next.
As if they want us to not enable it.
Yeah, the way they asked is wow. Alright guys, so everyone on readiness check?
Yes.
Alright, that's where,
Install.
Can you press install?
whoa, you're already there?
Yeah.
Wait, I have screenshot number 9.
No, you took through.
You take a screenshot.
Uh, So guys, everyone sees this? Okay.
Yeah, they see it.
Okay. This time it's okay. Main flow to the internet may not work. Yeah, it's okay. So guys, everyone got this one? Okay, can you screenshot number 9?
11,
Screenshot number 9 because after that is install, right?
8.
Oh. Yeah, I was just checking you. Yeah, if you know that. So I'm coming there. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Cool. How many modules were there in Exchange? 15, exactly.
I don't know why it's so important.
So, final screen before install. Go ahead and click install, guys. Go ahead and click install. If you got just this error, then you're okay. And click the in and install.
Sir, the steps, is it 14 or 15?
15.
Then why is that 14?
Who said 15?
You.
No, the first. This is the second Exchange server. It gets all the configurations from there. So, yeah.
So
This
first installation.
installs 14, but that has.
So
You all installed it. It was fine.
final exam, we asked the server 3, server 2 is 14, server 3 is 14.
That is the opposite. Server 2 is 14 modules, server 3 is 15. You're like, huh?
Oh, that. Okay, yeah. Where's the bubble tea for me then? Oh, okay. See that? Log in from.
Alright,
Log in from local. Log in from. I've been at. And then start these. If minus 2 already, temperature check. No, he's again. No, it's
I'm looking for games to get to I found this one. Yeah, nothing to do with that game.
And does it have to be Is that your domain admin? Okay. And you know all the steps? We started next, finish the same. Alright. You got good ads, man. You got your friends there. This is right.
Sheet 7.
I wanted to get the third like I just realized it's very difficult. So when I look at it, my character is very strong. Why? It's so easy. So when I change it back, it's so easy. But I got like get some weird item. It's really weird. Or try and save them. Then when I change just one. I go
No, not last time.
Oh,
when I
you
tried to log in and everything,
sign out from this account and log in from the domain at
I like owned my
which account you're
page
logging
and
with that
everything.
is a small one. That's local account. Which account you're logging from server pay? Log in from that account in server pay. No, that's not getting it. It's alright.
I'm gonna get like all your site numbers.
Server two, go to server pay.
That one doesn't need me.
Is it?
Is that on the channel store? But do you have to use items on your site?
Yes.
Or you just press?
So guys, I was telling everyone turn on the server two, but
You have to use items.
well,
You said yourself, you don't understand items.
so please do pay attention when I'm saying that. So without server two on, you would have wrong configurations and just screenshots are wrong as well. So just log in from server two, whichever account you're logging from server two, log in from server three as well.
You only create menus.
Okay, yes, sir. So hold on.
We're asking you.
Well, you can also restart this job by deleting it, but 20 minutes, what's the RAM? 8 GB for this particular server.
That
You
gave you
can
the Chinese
then just
one.
wait for it. And you can start a second batch. So it's done. Then wait it out. Because it might have more mailboxes.
Is that on answer?
We downloaded 3 things.
So whichever account you're logged in from in server 2, you have to log in from that same account in server 3 as well.
Today or after?
Same account you need to log in. Okay, that's it. Is server 1 on? Also, what is problem? Okay, which plan is are you seeing right now? No, without server 1, exchange cannot be. So, right now, it is suffocating. That's why it's giving you errors. Server 1, server 2, server 3, all should be on. Otherwise, server 3 will not work. So guys, anyone having any questions that we know? You have to have server 1, 2, 3 on, and you should log in from that account in server 3, which you log in from server 2. And that's the domain admin account. And then click the install, and it should install. Anyone has reached 7? Already done?
No, it's working on 7.
7, right?
Yeah.
If you're on 7, that's your screenshot number 9. But if you're on 8, that's you missed a screenshot, that's -2, right? If you were on 7, you did not take a screenshot. Okay, anyone, 7, 8, or 6. But the instructions are, and final screenshot is obviously when it is successfully finished. That's your final screenshot, 835.
So you do actually want to screenshot in progress?
That will show in progress. So take a screenshot number 9 where your installation is in progress on whichever module.
Should told me that before.
So if the module 7 is passed, then it's too late for you now. Not. Take screenshot of the module. Oh, huh? You're kidding me? No way. Of any module. Doing installation. Right? And screenshot number finale is that
Finance ready for install.
Last page where successful installation information is showing. Wow, what a way to say. Just take a screenshot of the final one. So, last page where what is that? Successful installation information. I could not come up with another word that ends with shun, so it's showing. So guys, take a look on the list of screenshots that you should be uploading. This is a list of screenshots that you should be uploading there, and these are the areas of the screenshots. So if the screenshot is different than the title for each screenshot, then you get 1 mark less for that. So whatever the title of the screenshot is, the screenshot should be exactly of that. It should be related to exactly that title. So I'm still on 7. So make sure these screenshots of these specific configurations have been taken, not of anyone else, any other situation. So those exact configurations should be there. So have you received your projects for other courses? Projects?
Why are we waiting for yours?
Jackie released everything at the beginning of the semester.
Okay.
Everything.
Yeah, why didn't you do that?
It's okay, we'll accept bonus marks.
No, when I release it late, then it's not as tough.
Okay, so it'll be easy.
Easier than if I had released it on the day 1. Yeah, that's a good explanation.
Unpause it.
Pause?
Unpause it.
Oh. Well, click on it. What happened? Paused?
It paused.
What? What does that mean anyway? Like it automatically paused? Oh, pause this? Like you, oh yeah, pause, okay. Because pause and pause, so.
Pause the talking.
Alright guys, so this is setup completed here. And I'll click the launch and click finish. So take a screenshot of this page. Click finish. Well, I reached the final screen, so now I'm recording again. Well, nobody's listening. And then once it is launched, just log into it and then close the machines. We'll continue from here in next class for the tag. Bye bye.